Hello and namaste everyone. Today in this video I'm going to show how to make use of function and subroutine. Sometimes the programs we write can be some 100 lines long and it becomes very hard to write those programs. To handle such large codes, we use modular approach, and in this modular approach we split the program into many smaller units. Those units are called subprograms. Subprogram is a small piece of code that solves a well-defined subproblem. One has to solve the same number of subproblems with many different data in large programs. Instead of replicating the code, the program can be solved by using subprograms. Fortran 90 has two types of subprograms, function and subroutine. Function accepts some input and gives the result as output depending on the input provided. Every function has a name and independent value of the inputs. The inputs are called parameters or argument. Functions are of two types. In Fortran 90 functions can be internal functions or external functions. Internal functions are placed after the main program section between a contents statement and the end program statement. But external functions are placed after the main program section. That means they are placed after the end program statement. Now let's write the program using internal function and external function. First of all, in the terminal, let's go to desktop and let's make a folder named subprogram. Then let's enter the folder named subprogram and let's create a file using the zeditor function1.f90 and now we start to write the codes. Example of internal function. As stated earlier, in internal function, the function is placed after the main program between contents and end program statement. Now let's start. Let's create a program for multiplication. Program multiplication. Implicit non integer integer I, j and k. Then we ask the program to enter numbers. Please enter two numbers. Then we read those numbers, read I, j. Now let's define k as the product of I and j. Then what we do is we print the results, the product of I and j is k. Now, as it is an internal function, we use contents statement and integer. We have used integer over here. Integer function product of, let's say, a, b. Then integer intent in, integer intent in a comma b, integer intent in a comma b. Then the product, this product is our function, this is the product of a and b. Then we end the function, product and the function prod, then end program multiplication. Then finally save it. Let's align this function part, save it and go to the terminal. Fortran function 1.f90. There is a typo error, perhaps multiplication. /a.out. Two numbers. Let's write 7 and 8. 7 and 8 is 56. Similarly, let's write 25 and 35. 25 and 35 is 875. So let's clear all this. Now we will make a copy of this program. What we did is program multiplication, implicit non-integer ijk print. We asked two numbers to be entered, then we read the numbers, then this is our answer to be displayed. This prod ij is a function. We define this function in the content section. Then this print statement is a function. The function makes use of integers, so it's integer function. Then integer intent in. Intent in, basically what does intent in do is, intent in the function only takes the value from a formal argument already stated and does not change its content. So this A and B is defined and the product is a function, and we end the function, then end the program. This is our internal function. Now let's create similar program using external function. Now we copy CP. Our program name is function1.f90. CP function1.f90. Let's make it as function2.f90. Then zedit function2.f90. And now this is our external function. Let's change this external function placed after the main program. Where it is placed? It is after the end program statement. So we remove this contents part, then this should be placed after the end program statement. Let's place it after the end program statement. Now we have to define some changes. Some changes are to be introduced here. IJK, then we introduce here prod function. Then everything is similar. This is our function. Everything is similar, only the function is placed after the end program statement. So we save this and we go to the terminal, the Fortran function2.f90 /a.out. Let's give two numbers, 6 and 7, 42. Let's give 89 and 97. In this way we can just get the answer using internal function. The product is obtained. Now let's make use of subroutine. Subroutine are of two types, internal subroutine and external subroutine, as defined earlier. In internal subroutine, the subroutine is placed after the main program with contains statement and before the end program statement. Now let's create a program to find the temperature in degrees Celsius, temperature in Fahrenheit and Kelvin for the given temperature in degrees Celsius. So let's make use of internal subroutine. In this case, we create a file using zeditor, zedit subroutine 1.f90 and now this is an example of internal subroutine. Internal subroutine. Subroutine is placed after the main program with contains n before the end program meant. Now let's start writing the program. Program name is temperature conversion. Implicit non real. Our real values are C, F and K. Then let's ask the program to enter the temperature. Enter the temperature in degree Celsius. Read star comma C. C is for Celsius. Now call temperature CFK. Now we print the results. Print star comma degree C is equal to F degree. K C degree C is equal to F degree F K degree K. Now these results are displayed in the terminal. Now we use contains statement. Contains subroutine temperature TFK. TF and TF and K. Real intent in. We have real values, so real intent in. Real intent in T. Real intent out. Real intent out K and F. Then what is our F? F is 9 times T by 5. To make it real, we place a point plus 32. Similarly, K is T plus 273. Now we end the subroutine. And subroutine and subroutine and subroutine temperature. Then end program temperature conversion. Let's place this subroutine. We use internal subroutine here. Real values are C, F and K, Celsius, Fahrenheit and Kelvin respectively. We printed the results. Then we use the subroutine. Contains subroutine, temper, TFK, real intent in, T, real intent out, K and F. F is 9 times T by 5 plus 32. K is T plus 273. This is in Kelvin scale, this is in Fahrenheit scale. Then we ended the subroutine and we ended the program. What does real intent out do? Intent out means a formal argument does not receive a value, but it will return a value to the corresponding actual argument. Intent in takes the value from a formal argument and does not change the content. Intent out means a formal argument does not receive a value, but it will return a value to the corresponding actual argument made. So here we use intent in and intent out. Then finally we ended the subroutine and ended the program. Let's save it and let's go to the terminal. Let's hope there are no any errors. If there are errors, we'll debug the program. Give Fortran sub1.f9t./a.out. Let's enter the temperature in degrees Celsius. Let's enter 100 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees Celsius and 212 degrees Fahrenheit, 373 Kelvin. Similarly, let's enter 37 degrees Celsius, 98.59, 210 Kelvin. Now let's format this results. To format these results, what we'll do is we just add some formatting over here between the quotes, and here we have a value, a string, value, string, value and string. So let's add some with 7 characters, 2 after decimal, then 1 character space, then we have a string, then let's add 1 character space, then again F 7 characters, 2 after the decimal, then add 1 character space, then string, then 1 character space, then 7 characters, 2 after the decimal, then we have finally a string. Let's save it. We have 3 values and 3 strings. Okay, let's save it and let's go to the terminal and 37 degrees Celsius. 37 degrees Celsius is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, 310 Kelvin. Perhaps there's a comma missing here, or .37. Let's add space after the value. .37 degrees Celsius is equal to 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit and 10 Kelvin. This is our internal subroutine. Now to use external subroutine, let's make a copy and do a little bit of editing. cp sub1.f90 sub2.f90 zedit sub2.f90 and now this is our external subroutine. After the end program statement. Now here we don't need the contents. This end program is placed here. It's this subroutine is after the end program statement and everything is similar. CFK. Now let's compile this again. This is our sub2 ./a.out 37. The answers are similar. Let's write something 200 degrees Celsius is 392 degrees Fahrenheit 473 Kelvin. 42.5. In this way, we make use of external subroutine, internal subroutine, function, external function, internal function, and external function. In this program, I showed how to make use of internal and external function and internal and external subroutine. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thanks for watching. Stay connected to watch more upcoming videos. Thank you.